I'm going to visit Dr. Kelly to talk about Roman's allergies over at the Southwest Asthma and Allergy Center. It's time to have an update on some of Roman's allergies to see if his allergies are increasing or how they're being maintained. And Dr. Kelly is great with giving us advice on how to move forward to keep the allergy scares away.
What is so cool about these things? Look, you guys.
They're cool.
Why?
Because they look cool. Mommy, can I trade one of my orange for your green?
You want to trade? Oh, show me. Show me how to do that. What do you show me?
They throw it until they push. They throw it until it gets loose, and then they start pushing it as hard as they can.
No, like they throw it on the ground? They tap it until it comes out?
They tap it until it's loose, and then they push it out.
Why?
Because they want to trade with others.
Oh, so the goal is to have multiple colors?
No.
What?
You can just do, they just do that.
I mean, like, you guys aren't
Mommy, your
afraid.
students have real ones. These are not. These are real. I mean, yeah, they're real.
Oh my God, paid money for
Sorry.
this. Hey, Miss Robin. Roman, that's Miss Robin.
Hi, Roman, smile. You're here to get your injection.
The shots are for the allergies. I have a tube that I use to keep the allergies away.
He's allergic to fish, nuts, eggs, dogs,
Weeds.
cats.
I mean, no, not dogs and cats, pollen.
Okay, now look at your name, Roman. Make sure
you read it.
on there. Okay. And that's your picture. We need to take another picture of you.
We
He's getting
do.
to be a big boy. He's been coming here for a long time.
Do you remember your first shot?
I do. I remember his first shot.
Yeah.
He didn't like it at all.
No, he didn't. And he was the tiniest little baby, but it took so many of us to hold him down.
Hold on so I can see.
Okay.
They don't expire until October, and he has quite a bit left in there. That'll be enough to last until October.
Perfect.
Okay, ready, little guy? Okay, so here we go.
Okay, step back, buddy. You'll maybe see on this side. Good job, Roman.
A little bit.
I'm on my way to visit a therapist to discuss some issues, specifically mental health issues. Honestly, I thought that it was just going to be biased. I've read and heard about counseling sessions, and typically what they like to do, and this is my opinion, they bash men. You know, the guy's always wrong, the woman's always right. And so, you know, I had my defenses up when I arrived.
You didn't even have to say blow that time. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't blow anyway.
Yeah, and he's gonna be a big boy on me.
Okay.
The shots hurt a lot.
He's used to them. When I get shots, I usually,
Freak out.
yes.
Do you think I should start reintroducing him to dogs? Because as he gets older, he wants pets.
Yeah.
So
a highly allergic dog.
you want a highly allergenic dog? Like, I think they're called hyperallergenic dogs.
Yeah, the hypoallergenic.
The doctor's visit turned out perfectly fine. Roman has definitely done a great job. Dr. Kelly was very pleased with Roman's progress, and I'm very happy with the service that Southwest Asthma and Allergy provides Roman.
Oh, he's a sweet boy. Okay.
Yeah, okay. I'll see you guys later.
Okay.
Bye-bye. I'll see you.
How do I feel? I feel a little anxious. It's kind of embarrassing. You know, like what are people gonna say when they hear I came to a psychologist? He's crazy. Is he gonna be what kind of lawyer is he if he's going to a psychologist?
Yeah.
I just feel like that I cannot be put in that pigeonhole, because if other people are not afraid of the stigma and they seek help, then I should be able to too, because I have a lot of people depending on me.
I intend, when I engage any human here, that it's a safe place,
Yeah.
and that all of us could use a little talking.
I want to get some understanding so that I can be a better father and have a better relationship with my ex-wife.
What I've ascertained from you is you have a real reason for being here today.
I do, and I appreciate you seeing me today. You know, you know, and it was difficult coming here, but I thank you for, you know, being willing to help me out.
You know, helping you is going to be easier because you're here to make the step to help yourself. And I think when we as people, the human condition, takes the responsibility to step forward with our truth and really look at ourselves in the mirror, what is it that we find? And I think you're ready for that because it won't work without you. Would you agree with that?
I do. I want to be the best father I can to my children. And I don't want anything that has happened to me in my past to be transferred into my children, because that's the most important thing to me. So I'm open, you know, any advice that you can give me, I'll be welcome to hear it.
Okay. What are the ages?
Dennis is 9 and Roman is 7, and I have another child, and he'll be 1 year old. He'll be a 1 year old soon.
Oh wow! So 3 boys?
I have 3 boys. Yeah. I've never had anybody that I can depend on anybody for any emotions. I've always been told, be a man, man up, be strong. And growing up in LA, growing up in the hood, if you showed any type of emotions, you would become a target.
Yes.
And so I don't even know what you mean by emotions. I've actually learned to separate myself from my emotions and do what I had to do to get done. It's what drove me. No matter how angry I was, no matter how sad I was, I kept moving forward. It's the worrying whether or not my kids, you know, are going to grow up and have to deal with the situations that I had to deal with, which drives me.
Right.
I don't ever want them to hear helicopters overhead at night or gunshots, or be concerned about whether or not they're going to be able to make it home or not, or whether or not they're going to be able to live to be the age of 26. I don't ever want my children to have to live with that sort of experience that I dealt with growing up as a child in LA.
So what are you willing to do? Watch. Wait. Here's a frame. And what is it that I see? Fear that has been transformed into a drive. You have such a fear that transformed into a drive that anything, love, actualization of a true relationship, and truly being who Dennis is, the creative, the free spirit, he was not allowed. He was out of bounds if he went past that.
That's exactly what I have experienced.
Who do you depend on?
Who do I depend on?
Yeah.
Well, I depend largely on myself.
When we think about that, and we think about how we're raising those 3 boys, do you want them then to grow up to believe that they should depend 90% on themselves?
Well, I definitely want my sons to be independent and to be able to support themselves financially.
Let's take it up.
Okay.
Who do you depend on emotionally?
When you ask me I don't know what you mean, Miss Wendy. What do you mean emotionally? Who do I depend on? I don't.
When you think about what you just said, well, what does that mean?
Yeah.
You didn't maybe get a chance to truly find that person because you had to be the other person you just described. Self-sufficient, on your own, be your own person. So building that empire, however small or large, when were you allowed to emote? Because I would only assume here, and this is at risk of assumption, you wouldn't want your children to grow up not having these emotions.
I think here's the problem that I'm facing.
Yeah.
I've been so successful not succumbing to my emotions that now it's hard for me to say, why change what works? You see? And so, but I know that there's a problem there because I don't want this to be transferred to my children. I don't want to put on my children the burden that I have that, hey, it's either this or this. I want them to be expressive. I want them to be able to be not afraid to be who they want to be. I don't understand everything, but I understand what I know. And, you know, but I'm just here to try and make myself better, a better human being.
But that means permission and admitting that it's not a bad thing. 50% of my clients are men. So it's not I really have that in children. But at the end of the day, it's being able to say, I have to see that this is really fear. I fear poverty. I fear lack.
Yeah.
You know, I say to you, I'm with you, but now it falls on you. Seriously. Because there's so much more that your children can benefit. Because with all that analytic is emotion. But it's wrapped in fear, man. It really is.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a good start, and honest. I think when we meet again, we'll pick back up to see it. But congratulations, you've just joined millions of Americans that seek help, especially during mental health seasons such as this. Thank God you're taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
You look good.
Well, you know.
But was it real? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it, but you know.
I hope it makes sense.
I heard the therapist when she said that I have fears. And I think we all have fears. But the fears that I've had to deal with in my past, I've learned to conquer them. So, you know, if you ask me specifically how I conquer fears or what those fears are, I have many fears. But it's not allowing fear to control you is the most important thing. There's a lot of people who are afraid to go see a psychologist or psychiatrist or whatever or even just a therapist like we saw, because there's a stigma associated with it. But everybody needs somebody to talk to, and you need an independent arbiter. You know, sometimes your friend and your family, they may be a little biased. I appreciate being able to talk to the lady. I appreciate the time she took and the opportunity we had to speak. And, you know, I think, and my hope is that it'll help Stephanie and I become better co-parents, because at the end of the day, that's really all that matters.
Ms. Bouval, how are you feeling today?
I could be better, but I'm all right.
Okay. Well, I got a chance to look at your package that you filled out here, and looks like, let me see if I can go over these facts real quick. Accident happened 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
And you got hit by a commercial vehicle, a truck.
Correct.
Okay. And according to this, it says it was a rear-end collision.
Right.
And it was on what?
I was on 45 South,
Okay.
and I was heading to a client, and I mean, they just hit me right in the back, so.
Okay. Your car was totaled?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So how are you getting around? You get a rental car?
I mean, I still haven't figured that out yet. My insurance is kind of giving me a hard time about it, so I guess it would come out of pocket at this point, and.
Okay. All right. So let me just tell you from the beginning, because it's been a 2-week gap in your treatment, a lot of times insurance companies will give you a hard time if you have to go to the hospital after that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. They tend to think that if it's an emergency, oh, she should go immediately. All right. But I don't see it like that. Sometimes people have to work. Unfortunately, insurance companies and their representatives don't have that level of common sense. Really, what they try to do is they try to find any reason to deny your claim or minimize your claim. I'm telling you, these insurance companies have done everything they possibly can to limit your claim. I'm glad you came to me. It's not an easy case, but the truth is most of my cases aren't easy. If they were easy, everybody would do this, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll be more than happy to see if I can help you out.
Thank you so
You know,
much.
no
I really
problem.
appreciate
And now,
it.
how did you hear about me? Because I didn't see it on here.
Actually, a former client of yours spoke really highly of you and recommended me to come to you, so.
Okay. All right, we appreciate that. I've had people walk into my office, or not walk, but roll into my office in wheelchairs and walkers, young people your age, you know, and so, you know, I take it personal, and I appreciate when my clients send me referrals. I've done this and built my practice the hard way, one client at a time. So, I appreciate when my clients trust me enough, or like what I've done enough to send folks over to me. So I'm going to do the best job I can for you, and I'm going to make sure you get 100% justice, okay?
Thank you so much.
All right,
I appreciate
thank
it.
you so much. I appreciate you.
Stephanie, the boys and I, we're going to go to a breast cancer run. Last year, Stephanie was experiencing some pain in her chest, and the boys, they like to hug their mom. And so at some point, they hugged her, and the pain was so excruciating that it kind of threw her into shock. You know, it was a scare, but it was there. She's okay, and that's the most important thing. We want to go and support Stephanie and support all the women around the world who may be subjected to that very serious form of cancer.
I went to the breast cancer run because the boys, it's meant so much to them. They've asked me a number of times, when was I going to the doctor? They knew that Mommy had been putting it off, using work and other things as an excuse. So I finally wanted to step up and respect the wishes of my babies, but also look into the best interest of myself.
What I want to do is just finish as a family. It's a worthwhile event. I think this will hopefully bring people out into, well, hopefully find their strength so that they can go get some mammograms. Steph doesn't like to talk about it, but she had a scare, and that kind of made this really real for us. But here they come right now, so I'm gonna finish with them. Let's go. All right. Good job. Look at my little soldier.
Come on, Roman. You go on. Not today.
Daddy's gonna finish with you. Come on.
Come on, Daddy, finish with us.
Go. All right.
Show me you can do it.
Good job.
Oh, good job.
My health and my future health means the world to me. I want to be that grandmother in the kitchen wiping my cake batter off my son's children's faces. I want to be healthy where I'm running and continuing to play with my sons. I want to dance with them at their weddings, and I want to be the loud, obnoxious mom at their college graduations. So my health means so much to me, but I know that my health is imperative to the happiness of my boys. So I'm here to fight and to do whatever I can to maintain it.
We had a lot of fun. I was trying to keep up with Daddy, and then Mommy and Roman saw me, so I kind of ran towards them.
No, you just stayed playing with the grass on the side of the road.
I enjoyed the breast cancer run because it was not what I expected. I saw so many women just triumphant, women who had beat cancer, women who were actually still in treatment. I saw sisters and husbands and families. The breast cancer run just was my reminder that I had a support system, that it's okay to be afraid and it's okay to have questions, but what's not okay is staying idle or not looking into your health. So the breast cancer run really impacted my life heavily, and I'm now enthusiastic about going to see and following through with my own breast concerns.
Stephanie helps me or reminds me of my health, and mostly physical health, but there are some complexities that I don't think she understands. My physical health is just one aspect, and for the most part, I'm pretty healthy. I have never had any serious health issues. But the other things that I have to deal with, like the stress of practicing law, the stress of having to be the person who makes the final decisions, the tough decisions, those things put a lot of mental stress. I need her to be there for our sons, because without her, my job becomes nearly impossible. So it shows you the value of a good co-parent. So I definitely want her health to be intact. And I think she feels the same way about me. She doesn't want me to get sick, you know. So that's good.
Coming up next on Co-Parenting with the Spurlings.
I want them to be equally as proud about both of their parents.
And the DNA test has come back, and it says that I am Elijah's father.
We're gonna be very good big brothers.
I walked into a beautiful room with cedar walls. So I hear you have big plans for us tonight.
Man, how'd I do, man? It looks like, it's death.
I mean, here's the thing. I first started rapping in elementary school. I don't think Stephanie likes my music.
Oh, I have a pork chop saying you got the octopus.
Octopus.
Octopus. Octopus.
No, I mean, it really isn't.
Yeah. Nothing says, hey, you're all right with me like a diamond.
Seriously though, like, and then they pull out a box. Then I open the box.
In Santo Domingo, there is the remnants of a very, very painful and dreadful time in Western history. I think it really affected it. As at this point, all I get is on the weekends. I'm like weekend dad. And I want to get that feeling that you have.
All I'm saying is you have to give me time to think about it. You can't just, just throw in there and say, Steph, we're going to do this.
All right. I'm not going to change how I feel, and I'm willing to fight for my kids.
So is that a threat?
It's not a threat. It's a
Fight
promise.
where? And my baby's for life, your big eyes, whatever.
All right, now I don't get the last word.